and you identify as queer.
Very, very, very clear.
Queer. What does that mean to you?
That means, I don't know,
Just
gay. Well, what does that mean for you? And you're like, I don't know, I just wake up and I do shit that is very gay.
Yeah. Okay. But you're attracted to everyone, right? There are no limitations to who you find love with?
No limitations at all.
We love that. We love that. And you're ethically non-monogamous, correct?
CSC, that is me.
Yes. How long have you been ethically non-monogamous for?
I've been ethically non-monogamous since I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you figured it out early.
Oh, absolutely, I did. Yeah, I read a lot of. Actually, I watched a BuzzFeed video, and I think that's how you know when you're like, "Am I gay?" And you're like, "I resonated quite a lot with that BuzzFeed video." Was I supposed to? No. And then I did. And then I wrote an article, and then I wrote an essay, and that's how. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, well, you did your research. You did the work.
And I got an A on that paper.
Woo! Yes! We love that. So do you currently have any partners right now?
We're not partners, but I am seeing somebody.
We love that. And now you're looking to see more people.
Yeah, I love dating. I've had a very, I think a lot of people can attest to this, very shitty experience with dating. But I love to meet people as an ethically non-monogamous person, and I think as polyamorous people, there's a lot of truth in understanding that not one person does not cover all the bases, and it's not my job to put an expectation on somebody else, or to ask somebody. Like I hated when people have been like, "You are my entire world," and I'm like, "Oh my god, the pressure." I don't work out. I can't hold that much up.
Too much weight.
Yes, and so I understand that like it's important for me to spend time away from people, and for people to kind of remember that there are other people out there. The same way that it's like you're not going to eat French fries for the rest of your life. You're not going to.
I could.
Just okay. You know. Well, you're not gonna have one friend your entire life.
Yes.
You're not gonna be like, this is my best friend, and they're my only best friend. Don't speak to me ever because this is my only friend. Like you need other friends for other reasons, the same way that you would when you're dating, and I very much feel that.
Different type of like people bring out different things within you. You know, and so sometimes you need someone for one part of you, and you need someone for the other part of you, and you need them to be able to nurture whatever it is that person specifically is there for.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
I love it. I love it. And so, are you looking for more people to just casually date, or are you looking to build something with someone right now?
I'm definitely looking to build someone and to build. Obviously, I think that I'm Dr. Frankenstein. I'm definitely looking for a long-term relationship. I feel like I've wanted that for a long time. And then my therapist a couple months ago was like, do you want, I was like, don't say it, Joey. He was like, do you want a, I was like, don't say it. And he goes, a relation? I was like, don't finish that word. Because relationships are scary, but.
Long-term relationships are scary, but they also don't happen overnight. But I think the main thing is when you're trying to like actually build something with someone is communication.
Absolutely. I hate when people don't communicate with me.
So communication is big, and that's how you build an actual relationship, is by communicating.
Yes.
Yes. What other aspects or qualities are you looking for in a potential partner aside from good communication?
A good partner is passionate about a lot of the things that they do. Like passionate about their passion, right? What you love to do, what fuels your fire. Are you passionate about that? And also, are you passionate about your community and your friends? Someone who is community oriented. My community is very important to me, and I'd love to get to know someone else's community and like what fuels them, who supports them, all that.
Yeah. I think everyone needs to be able to benefit from building community together. There's so much joy in finding someone and realizing that their energy was missing from your life, and then it like clicks, and you're like, oh. And okay, you mentioned that you're a photographer.
Yes, I am.
Yes. And so being creative is very important to you, and creating is one of your outlets, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I love creating. I'm a poet, and I'm a self-taught photographer, and I do painting as a hobby. I like to write music for fun, and I think that creating is such an important part of my life, and I would hope that a partner of mine would also love creating just as much.
Yeah, I think when you're a creative person, it's important to be with someone that they don't necessarily need to be like a full-time creative themselves, but they need to have something that kind of drives their creativity and that they can get lost in a little bit, you know?
I think also part of being a creative person is that you understand that when somebody needs a sounding board to like bounce ideas off of, like I could just talk, like ask a question at you and then immediately answer it, and it's just that I needed this other person who brings that energy to the table and is like, I'm just gonna sit here and and then all of a sudden the energy's gone.
Mm-hmm. It's like a collective muse. It's like when you're together, it's like, we love it. Speaking of fiery things, you say that you're a fairly sexual person, but when we were talking earlier, I really liked that you said that you have a high sex drive and you enjoy sex, but that you're also a human and you're emotional, and sometimes cuddling is all you need for the night. You know, you're like, sex every night, great, love it. But also, if I'm sad, please just hold me.
Oh my God, you said it, I just want to be held. When someone and I are very compatible and we connect, and the sexual connection is there, like, it's on, but also I think some people think that because I present as like this highly sexual person and my sex drive is so high, that all I want to do is like fuck 24/7. But again, I really sometimes. And sometimes I just want to like lay there and relax, like, or just like lay next to somebody as they're like scrolling through the internet or like watching a show and just hang out for a minute. I feel like when you're in the bed, you know, I always sleep in like a t-shirt and underwear, or if like we're naked, and you're being super vulnerable in that way and letting somebody hold you and just kind of sitting there and like having that like nonverbal connection, that is so scary. I don't know if anyone else has felt that. That is so terrifying to me when I'm like, this person is literally catching me in the dark in the nighttime when the entire world is away and it's just us. That's terrifying, absolutely terrifying to me. But also really beautiful when it comes to the next morning and you're like, oh cool, you're still here and I get to wake up next to you and your breath smells awful, but you know what? I love this. Yeah, let's have bagels and coffee. Yeah.
So we've talked about communication and we've talked about being intimate. But one thing that you really turns you off is codependency and someone relying too much on the other person for their emotional support, which I think is very self-aware. You know, you need to be able to understand the levels and the balance of how much is too much.
Absolutely, yeah. Kind of going back to what I said, when somebody is like, you are my entire world, you are everything to me, that's a lot of pressure, and I can't do that. I understand that I'm not always put together. I'm not a completely put together person, and sometimes I fuck up, and I make mistakes, or I do things wrong, or I don't understand things about somebody. And for somebody to completely expect of me, I think expectations are really hard too. I think there's an expectation of, like, my best friend and I, we have an expectation of safety, right? You're going to do things that are going to keep yourself safe, that are going to keep me safe, that are going to respect our home and our relationship. But then there's those expectations that people have of, you need to be available to me 24/7. When I text you, I want you to respond. I understand that you're at work, but I need you to respond to me now.
Yep.
Or how come you don't get this thing about me? How come you don't care about this thing as much as I do? Like, what do you mean you don't understand A, B, C, D, E? And it's on and on and on. And that's a lot of pressure because at some point you feel, it's hard to not feel like you're failing with this person.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I love you and I should do all of these things and I don't understand them and I don't know why. I'm such a bad person. And that's just not true. It's just going back to like, I don't fulfill those needs and that's fine.
Well, because it starts to feel like a job.
Yes.
They put too much on the other person that it becomes like a duty and not something you're doing because you care about this person and want to lift them up. It's now an obligation that you have to do.
Like you have to be clocked in 24/7 from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. You're like servicing this other person. And that's not how, I mean, if that's what some people want, you know, that's consensually, you know, do what pleases you, but
not for you.
Yeah,
No.
don't put expectations on people. Don't put expectations on me on that. I'm not good with that.
Okay, so we have Cohen, Ian and Christopher. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
What pronouns do you all use?
Hi, Cohen, he, they.
He, they.
He, they?
Love it, love it. Marco, do you have any questions prepared for these he days?
What is your favorite color and one deep reason why? And not like, I love the color blue because the sky is blue. Like one of my favorite colors is burnt orange. And that's because I feel like burnt orange is a color that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone and is really inviting and also welcoming.
My favorite color is maroon. It's the color of vampires and sex. I don't know, like I feel like it's the color of like indulgence.
Let's see. Well, my favorite color used to be blue, but I think we're gonna.
It was blue until 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's just blue, no more.
It can still be blue, but like, why blue?
No, actually, I think I changed to green. So I used to have a color palette, which is blue, which I'm wearing right now. But I recently changed to green, and I don't know, it made me feel good. I feel like green and the brown skin tones are really nice and soft, and see there's green and brown. I don't know, I got compliments like the first week I switched it up and I wore some green pieces, and everyone was like, yo, you look flying green. I was like, yes, I do. So I'm gonna say green. It makes me feel good and it puts me at peace. Thank you.
All right. I would say red. The first reason is kind of like a Latin, like fiery energy. I happen to be Hispanic and embody some of that. And then also, unlike other colors, I think red, to me, most embodies fall, which is like one of my favorite seasons. It's like, makes me think of stuff like changing, which, for better or worse, I feel like it's always good.
Very insightful answer.
If you were to be a body of water, what kind of body of water would you be and why?
I would be the ocean, because the ocean is vast and it's rough, but like people also find this thing that is so like rough, like also peaceful. Also like my family like is like lives in Virginia Beach, and so like the smell of the ocean, the sound of it is like so nostalgic to me. And like the first time like I like felt like my body like fully was like immersed like in the ocean.
I would say I would be a natural lake in a small town where the lake is used for all seasons. So whether it's like a summer season, there'll be like pontoons on there and speedboats, and in wintertime when like it freezes over and like ice hockey or something on there. Because I feel it would be a peaceful, I like small towns, it makes me feel at peace. And then I would like to be a lake where I could see everyone come and enjoy me and use me in like their own way, which I thought would be pretty interesting. So that would be me.
I'm not sure if this counts, but like waterfalls, that's water, right?
Yeah.
You know? And they're just generally really cool, and I feel like when you think of like a waterfall, I think like there's like a stillness at like the top, at the beginning of the waterfall, and then it just like, but the part that people see, it's like the cool, you know, the falling part, the interesting parts, but then there's still like the stillness that it started from, and I think that's cool.
Okay, Margot, which one of these lovely people do you want to get to know a little bit better over a drink?
I feel like also because of our conversation earlier, I would like to get to know better.
Cohen? Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna send the two of you guys downstairs to Shuba's to have a drink on me and chat when there's not 20 other people staring at you.
We don't want to have an intimate conversation like in front of everybody.
I mean, I have to move on to David now, so I don't have time for you.
Hot potato